Welcome back to my Unreal Engine project, and this time I have moved outdoors as it would be. We have some terrain here, a little lake, some mountains, trees, bushes, and essentially this is just kind of a project for use to help me figure out and learn the process of making terrain. So personally I think my beach here is pretty cool. And this dock I made using 3ds Max and just pieced it all together, gave it some wood materials. And the trees I also made using 3ds Max. It is a kind of a preset, but then I gave it its own textures and imported these different pine leaf textures. I thought that turned out really cool actually. So I'll just jump into the third person here and have a little look around, and then that'll pretty much do it for this one. We spawned on the dock, and for some reason they're not really showing up. I made some particle effects as well. They're just kind of floating on the end of the dock, but they were working. They're kind of like little firefly, will-o-wisp kind of thing. But then I moved them, and now they're not working at all. So I'm not totally sure what's going on there, but there is particles there somewhere. And also I've adjusted the water so it looks a little more at the correct scale. And I've taken away its collision so you can actually walk out into the water, but of course there's nothing programmed to tell it that it's really water at this point, so you'll just go under. And if I try and like swim / jump across the lake, I fall in this gorge and I just stop. I think it hits a point where it assumes the character dies and would respawn you, but that has not been set up either, so it's just not going to happen. So let's go back here, respawn. So yeah, we got that. These bushes are built into, like they come with the default assets. I just use them in a brush to move them around a little bit and kind of create some plant life, as well as these rocks over here. Same difference. They just came with the software, and I just used a brush preset. I had to change the perspective a little bit because the terrain and everything was actually too small, so I kind of cheated, made the character itself smaller, which is why the jump is like unrealistically high, but I kind of don't mind it. I think video games are more fun when you have an unrealistically massive jump. And of course the lake and mountains are not quite scaled right. I mean, the mountains should be much, much larger. If they're actual mountains, like you wouldn't be able to jump halfway across the lake in a single leap. It would probably take, you know, a good couple hours of swimming to even get close. But again, this is a game. It's not exactly going for picture perfect realism here. So yeah, that is the current state of the project. There will be more videos on this channel at a soon but later point, so stay tuned for those.